Welcome to Wonderslate. Subscribe to our YouTube channel for more updates. Topic for today's quiz is Constitution and Political System. Question number 1. Under the Constitution of India, which one of the following is not a fundamental duty? Option A. To vote in public elections. Option B. To develop the scientific temper. Option C. To safeguard public property. Option D. To abide by the Constitution and respect its ideals. The correct answer is Option A. To vote in public elections. To vote in public elections is not a fundamental duty. Question number 2. Which of the following special powers has been conferred on the Rajya Sabha by the Constitution of India? Option A. To change the existing territory of a state and to change the name of a state. Option B. To pass a resolution empowering the Parliament to make laws in the state list and to create one or more All India services. Option C. To amend the election procedure of the President and to determine the pension of the President after his or retirement. Option D. To determine the functions of the Election Commission and to determine the number of election commissioners. The correct answer is Option B. To pass a resolution empowering the Parliament to make laws in the state list and to create one or more All India services. Rajya Sabha can pass a resolution empowering the Parliament to make laws in the state list and to create one or more All India services. This is a special power that has been conferred on the Rajya Sabha by the Constitution. Question number 3. The distribution of powers between the centre and the states in the Indian Constitution is based on the Act provided in the Option A. Morley-Minto Reforms, 1909. Option B. Montagu-Chelmsford Act, 1919. Option C. Government of India Act, 1935. Option D. Indian Independence Act, 1947. The correct answer is Option C. Government of India Act, 1935. Distribution of power between the centre and the states in the Indian Constitution is based on the Government of India Act, 1935. Question number 4. With reference to Indian history, the members of the Constituent Assembly from the provinces were Option A. Directly elected by the people of those provinces. Option B. Nominated by the Indian National Congress and the Muslim League. Option C. Elected by the provincial legislative assemblies. Option D. Selected by the government for their expertise in constitutional matters. The correct answer is Option C. Elected by the provincial legislative assemblies. The members of the Constituent Assembly from the provinces were indirectly elected by the members of the provincial assemblies, who themselves were elected on a limited franchise. Question number 5. According to the Constitution of India, which of the following are fundamental for the governance of the country? Option A. Fundamental rights. Option B. Fundamental duties. Option C. Directive principles of state policy. Option D. Fundamental rights and fundamental duties. The correct answer is Option C. Directive principles of state policy. Directive principles of state policy are guidelines to the central and state government of India to be kept in mind while framing laws and policies. Directive principles of state policy aim to create social and economic conditions under which the citizens can lead a good life. They also aim to establish social and economic democracy through a welfare state. Question number 6. Economic justice as one of the objectives of the Indian Constitution has been provided in Option A. The Preamble and the Fundamental Rights. Option B. The Preamble and the Directive Principles of State Policy. Option C. The Fundamental Rights and the Directive Principles of State Policy. Option D. None of them. The correct answer is Option B. The Preamble and the Directive Principles of State Policy. The Preamble to the Constitution of India in its introductory statement says justice, social, economic and political, and the directive principles of state policies aim to create social and economic conditions under which the citizens can lead a good life. They also aim to establish social and economic democracy through a welfare state. Question number 7. Which one of the following schedules of the Constitution of India contains provisions regarding anti-defection? Option A. Second schedule. Option B. Fifth schedule. Option C. Eighth schedule. Option D. 10th schedule. The correct answer is option D. 10th schedule. The 52nd Amendment Act of 1985 added the 10th schedule to the Constitution. This is often referred to as anti-defection law. Question number 8. In the Constitution of India, the promotion of international peace and security is included in the option A. Preamble to the Constitution. Option B. Directives Principles of State Policy. Option C. Fundamental Duties. Option D. 9th Schedule. The correct answer is option B. Directives Principles of State Policy. Promotion of international peace and security is included in the Directives Principles of State Policy under Article 51 of the Constitution that mentions to promote international peace and security and maintain just and honorable relations between nations, to foster respect for international law and treaty obligations, and to encourage settlements of international disputes by arbitration. Question number 9. The provisions in the 5th Schedule and 6th Schedule in the Constitution of India are made in order to option A. Protect the interests of scheduled tribes. Option B. Determine the boundaries between states. Option C. Determine the powers, authority and responsibilities of panchayats. Option D. Protect the interests of all the border states. The correct answer is option A. Protect the interests of scheduled tribes. The 5th Schedule of the Constitution of India deals with the administration and control of scheduled areas and scheduled tribes in these areas. The 6th Schedule to the Constitution of India contains provisions concerning the administration of tribal areas in the states of Assam, Meghalaya, Tripura and Mizoram. Question number 10. Who or which of the following is the custodian of the Constitution of India? Option A. The President of India. Option B. The Prime Minister of India. Option C. The Lok Sabha Secretariat. Option D. The Supreme Court of India. The correct answer is option D. The Supreme Court of India. The Supreme Court of India is the apex court in India. As stated by the Indian Constitution, the function of the Supreme Court of India is that of the custodian of the Constitution. Question number 11. To uphold and protect the sovereignty, unity, and integrity of India is a provision made in the option A. Preamble of the Constitution. Option B. Directive Principles of State Policy. Option C. Fundamental Rights. Option D. Fundamental Duties. The correct answer is option D. Fundamental Duties. The idea behind the incorporation of fundamental duties was to remind the citizens of the country that they have certain obligations towards the country and society. The fundamental duties were added to the Constitution on the recommendations of Swarn Singh Committee. There were 10 fundamental duties at the time of incorporation, but the 11th was inserted by the 86th Amendment in 2002. To uphold and protect the sovereignty, unity and integrity of India is one of the fundamental duty mentioned in the Constitution. Question number 12. The ideal of welfare state in the Indian Constitution is enshrined in its option A. Preamble. Option B. Directive Principles of State Policy. Option C. Fundamental Rights. Option D. 7th Schedule. The correct answer is option B. Directive Principles of State Policy. Question number 13. The Parliament of India acquires the power to legislate on any item in the state list in the national interest if a resolution to that effect is passed by the option A. Lok Sabha by a simple majority of its total membership. Option B. Lok Sabha by a majority of not less than 2/3 of its total membership. Option C. Rajya Sabha by a simple majority of its total membership. Option D. Rajya Sabha by a majority of not less than 2/3 of its members present and voting. The correct answer is Option D. Rajya Sabha by a majority of not less than 2/3 of its members present and voting. If the Rajya Sabha declares that it is necessary for the national interest that Parliament should make laws on a matter in the state list, then the Parliament becomes competent to make laws on that matter. Such a resolution must be passed by the Rajya Sabha by a majority of not less than 2/3 of its members present and voting. Question number 14. Which one of the following objectives is not embodied in the preamble to the Constitution of India? Option A. Liberty of thought. Option B. Economic liberty. Option C. Liberty of expression. Option D. Liberty of belief. The correct answer is Option B. Economic liberty. The preamble secures to all citizens of India liberty of thought, expression, belief, faith and worship, through their fundamental rights, enforceable in the court of law, in case of violation. Liberty, as elaborated in the preamble, is essential for the successful functioning of the Indian democratic system. However, liberty does not mean license to do what one likes and has to be enjoyed within the limitations mentioned in the Constitution itself. Economic liberty is not explicitly mentioned in the preamble. Question number 15. The mind of the makers of the Constitution of India is reflected in which of the following? Option A. The preamble. Option B. The fundamental rights. Option C. The directive principles of state policy. Option D. The fundamental duties. The correct answer is Option A. The preamble. Sir Alladi Krishnaswamy Iyer, a member of the Constituent Assembly, had said the preamble to our Constitution express what we had thought or dreamt so long. Question number 16. Which one of the following statements is correct? Option A. Rights are claims of the state against the citizens. Option B. Rights are privileges which are incorporated in the constitution of a state. Option C. Rights are claims of the citizens against the state. Option D. Rights are privileges of a few citizens against the many. The correct answer is Option C. Rights are claims of the citizens against the state. Question number 17. In the context of India, which one of the following is the correct relationship between rights and duties? Option A. Rights are correlative with duties. Option B. Rights are personal and hence independent of society and duties. Option C. Rights, not duties, are important for the advancement of the personality of the citizens. Option D. Duties, not rights, are important for the stability of the state. The correct answer is Option A. Rights are correlative with duties. Question number 18. Which principle among the following was added to the Directive Principles of State Policy by the 42nd Amendment to the Constitution? Option A. Equal pay for equal work for both men and women. Option B. Participation of workers in the management of industries. Option C. Right to work, education and public assistance. Option D. Securing living wage and human conditions of work to workers. The correct answer is Option B. Participation of workers in the management of industries. The 42nd Amendment Act of 1976 added 4 new directive principles to the original list. They require the state 1. To secure opportunities for the healthy development of children. Article 39. 2. To promote equal justice and to provide free legal aid to the poor. Article 39A. 3. To take steps to secure the participation of workers in the management of industries. Article 43A. 4. To protect and improve the environment and to safeguard forests and wildlife. Article 48A. Thank you for watching the video. If you'd like practice this quiz, then download the Wonderslate app now. Link in the description below. If you have any suggestion for us, feel free to leave comments. If you liked the video and want to see more of it, hit the thumbs up and don't forget to click on subscribe button to get more updates of the future videos.